Well, Donald Trump is due in federal court today to answer charges that he sought to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election.
CTV National News correspondent Heather Wright joins us live now from Washington, D.C. this morning. Heather, security has been a concern with the other indictments. What is the scene like where you are this morning?
Well, Jennifer, just minutes ago, a sniffer dog walked by, and you've seen, a number of officers here outside the federal courthouse. We were here last night when the barricades were going up. Secret Service, we're told, was doing a sweep inside the building. And there are a lot of people here, quite frankly. There's media from right around the world getting ready for Donald Trump to arrive here at the federal courthouse. He's expected around 4 o'clock this afternoon. He's not going to walk right through the door. There's a very good chance we won't even see him outside. This is a very secure building. We're steps from the Capitol. He'll likely enter the building through an underground garage. He'll be taken inside, digitally fingerprinted, and then he will appear before a magistrate. It's expected he will enter a plea of not guilty. And then the whole thing will be over, but really his legal troubles are just beginning with this particular set of charges. We know he's facing other charges in other cases as well, 78 in total in 3 different cases.
Yeah, that's the thing. 3 indictments, Heather, and like you mentioned, 78 charges. It's a pretty remarkable list here. But I'm curious, are all these headlines about Donald Trump being indicted, do they still resonate in the U.S.? Are people still paying attention, or are they just kind of going, oh, it's another day, another Trump indictment?
It's a really good question. And if you look at the polling, it's not sure that it is resonating. A New York Times poll out today shows former President Trump and current President Biden in basically a tie. And so there is certainly an element of the population here in the United States that will vote for Donald Trump no matter what. We are still, a few months away from the thick of primary season, but it's very likely that some of these cases and even this particular federal case won't even be heard before voters in those primary states of Iowa and New Hampshire start to vote on who they want the GOP nominee to be. So it's unclear what impact this case will have. But observers say these are among the more serious charges. I mean, these cut to the core of American democracy. So it remains to be seen if this will sway people one way or another. To be sure, though, Donald Trump is fundraising on these charges as he has the other ones, asking people to donate to his campaign for his second kick of the can of trying to be U.S. president.
Yeah, he's running for president for 2024. So what does it mean in terms of immunity because he's doing that?
Well, immunity, Jennifer? I missed that question.
In terms of, is there any protection because he's running for president in 2024 that protects him against any kind of investigations or probes? Or answering to charges?
No, not really. No, not really. And it's a complicated sort of constitutional question that, nobody really knows the answer to. If he is found guilty on any number of these charges, if that precludes him from running for president. I mean, there are some who say that he could be president from jail. In the U.S. Constitution, there are specific things that an American president needs to be. They need to be at least 35, and they need to have been, born an American citizen, and that's really it. So it remains to be seen how this might preclude him from running. But for now, it appears as though there really isn't a rule that says, if you're indicted, if you're in jail, if you're a criminal, that you can't run or be elected as U.S. president.
Okay, really interesting to sort of see all this unfold south of the border. CTV News national correspondent Heather Wright has a front row seat this morning. Thanks for joining us, Heather. Appreciate this.